it's finally time to dig into the Kaleidos Cosmetics Futurism collection. I am so excited. I'm not going to show you a bunch of stuff on like all the 3 palettes in this video. I am going to break it up and do one video on each palette just so I can get out a little bit more information and I can, you know, do more looks with them that way and not have the videos be way too long. So I'm going to open this. I just wanted to show you like how it came packaged. So I mean, it's just absolutely beautiful. So let me open this and take all of the palettes out. And then today I think I want to use the pink one. Forget what that one is called. Astro Pink or something? I wasn't going to actually do an unboxing, but here's what the box looks like when it comes packaged. It has a nice little card here. And then inside are all of the palettes and they just look so beautiful. I mean, this box is, this packaging is everything. I absolutely love it. And even just the quality of like the packaging and the box that it comes in, so well done. And I absolutely love how sleek these are. I mean, these are 3 palettes and they don't really take up a lot of room at all. So the one that I'll be using today is going to be the Astro Pink, which is what I thought it was called. So let me put all of this away, then we can open this and then we can do some swatches. And then I'm going to do 2 looks with this as well as a review at the end. So if you just want to stick around for the review, I will leave a timestamp on the screen for you if you only want to hear my thoughts about this palette in particular. So it looks like all of the palettes have the ingredients on the outside of the packaging here, and this is what the packaging itself looks like. So let's try to open this. I have not yet tried this, so ooh, oh my god, that is beautiful. Oh, can you look at that? That is such a cool packaging. I love this. And so what I'll do first is I'll do some quick swatches of these. So man, this mirror is like hard to not get in the way. So I'm just going to swatch all of these on my arm and then we'll just take it from there. Wow. So here is what all of the swatches look like. Now this one swatches like a dream. That shadow is so beautiful. I will say that this kind of duochrome shade is a little bit sheerer than I thought it was going to be. So definitely going to have to play around with like layering that on top of something else because I don't think it's really going to stand out on its own. But just my other thought with this is that these 2 shadows right here are very, very similar. Like I feel like they could have done a little something to just tweak one of these to not have them be exactly the same almost, because there are only 6 shadows in this palette, so it really wouldn't have been that hard to, you know, just change it up a little bit, but just personal preference and just, you know, my first impression on this palette. So I don't think I'll really be able to tell you the names of these because I don't know how this slip is supposed to fit into the palette anymore. So, I mean, it only has 6 shades, so I'll just point at it. So as per usual, I will just leave a link to the website down below, so if you want to know more about this palette, you know where to find it. So I'm going to start by just priming my eyes with my MAC Paint Pot and Soft Ochre, and then we can get into doing look number 1. I have so many ideas for what I want to do with this palette, and I don't even know where to begin, so this is going to be fun. So I think the plan is for my first look, I want to do something kind of simple and cute and fresh, and I want to use the magenta shade here as well as the pink shimmer because this is so beautiful. So I want this to be a bit of a softer look, and then for the second look, I really want to go all out and do something with like the black and that duochrome and like really have it be like a very space themed kind of intense look. So I'm first going to start off actually by using the shadow right here as my transition shade. I don't really do this, but like I said, I want this to be kind of a softer look. So I'm going to start by just putting this into my crease. And as a person who never uses transition shades, I don't think there's ever been a more perfect transition shade color for myself. Like this is just, if I were to want to use a transition shade, I think this is absolutely perfect. So that shadow applied so beautifully. And next up I'm going to dip into this shadow right here, the middle one, which is the purple. I'm just going to call it purple. I'm sure it's like a magenta, but it's just easier to call it purple. So my brush is definitely picking up a lot of shadow, and I'm expecting this to be pretty pigmented. I have heard nothing but good things about these shadows from everybody, so I am like beyond excited to be playing with these because I've been waiting for so long to dig my hands into them, and I'm just, that is beautiful. I'm just really excited. It's fun to be this excited about a brand that I've never tried before. And I feel like this brand just came out of nowhere and just kicked it out of the park with 3 new palettes. Like, who does that? Like, I am so impressed. The shadow is also applying beautifully. I am focusing a little bit extra in the outer corner here because I'm not going to go in with the black or anything like that to deepen this up with. I'm only going to be using the shadow to create a bit of dimension here. So that applied so beautifully, and I'm also going to take the shadow down to my lower lash line as well. I'm not going to use a transition shade down here. I'm just going to first start by packing this on close to my lash line, and then I'll take a bit of a fluffier brush to blend this out with. Alright, so this is what I am the most excited about because I'm going to dip into with the shadow that I swatched here that I was just so over the moon by. And I don't know what this is called because the slip is not here anymore, but I'm going to take the shadow right here and I'm going to spray this. And I'm just going to be putting that basically on my whole, on my whole lid here. I'm going to do a bit of like a fake cut crease because the shadow is so pigmented that I think I'll be able to do that very easily. That is absolutely stunning. I am actually tempted to go in with that blue duochrome and just put a little bit of that on the outer part of my lid. I think I am going to do that after I'm done putting this down. So just before I do that, I'm going to go back into that purple and just put a little bit more of that on the outer corner here. Just make sure that this blend is looking okay before I do go in with that blue. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go into this shadow right here. Oh, I mean, look at that shift. Isn't that so beautiful? Wow. I am also going to spray this. I will say that this one was a little bit harder to pick up on a brush, so definitely a chance it would be better to use another brush or a different kind of brush, but I'm going to put a little bit of that just right on the outer part here. And yeah, the shadow is definitely more of a topper shade, so I feel like this one is going to look a lot better like on top of the black or just on top of the purple. I guess I'm taking this in a little bit further because this is just so pretty. So this is basically all I'm going to do for the shadows, and that look was so easy. It probably took me like 10 minutes. So I'm also going to just take a bit more of that pink and just wrap this around. So this is going to be the eye look all complete. I mean, this was so easy. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to finish up my eyes. I think I'm going to put, what is this one called? Crybaby by Colourpop in my waterline. Then I'm going to put on some liner mascara and I will be right back to show you the first look, and then after that we can get into the second look. So this is going to be look number 1 complete. For my lips, I put on Lumiere lip liner by Colourpop, and then on top of that I used the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit Mega Less High Shine Lipstick, that's a long name, in the shade Petal Poison. So I think this came together really nicely, and honestly this look did not take long at all. It was so easy to do. I had such an easy time working with this palette, so I'm really excited to do another look with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take this look off right now, which is really sad, but I really want to film both of these looks in the same kind of session, so that's what I'm going to do. So I will be right back with look number 2. Alright, we are ready for look number 2. I am extremely ready for this. So first off, this is going to be a very dramatic look probably. So I'm going to start by taking the black, and I'm going to be packing that all over my lid as well as sort of winging it out quite a bit. And I'm going to start by taking this on a bit of a kind of flat packing brush here, and I'm just going to be, I haven't set my primer obviously, so I'm just going to be patting this all over my lid. I'm curious what's going to happen to like the glitter particles in the shadow, if they're going to stay on my eyes or not, or what's going to happen. But I mean, this is a very pigmented, very matte black it looks like, and I'm getting a little bit of fallout, which could be an issue, so maybe I should put some powder under my eyes. I think I'm actually going to do that because we're going to be working with a lot of black, so I don't really want black all over my face. So I'm just going to be packing a lot of powder just, you know, just in case. And this look is going to look crazy before it looks cool, so just bear with me here. Okay, so let's go back to the black. I'm gonna pack on just a little bit more here. I don't want to pull this too high up because I am gonna go in and blend it out, and I don't want to have too much product in my crease already because it can easily get out of hand when you go in with a black straight away. And I'm also going to do the same thing on my lower lash line here with the black. And I'm also going to use this packing brush to just help wing this out so that I get the right shape of this down before I go in with a bigger blending brush here. So just to get a rough idea of where I want this to go, I just made sure to pull it up into my crease as well, and then I will start blending this out after I'm done with this eye. So now that I'm looking like quite the raccoon, I'm going to take my Hakuhodo J146 brush, which is the one that I used in the first look, and I just forgot to mention that. I'm going to wipe that off so I don't have any more purple on it, and then I'm going to start by just really blending out the edges here. I don't want to bring this black shadow up too much higher, but I do want to just diffuse it a little bit. I'm okay with this being a bit of a graphic look. It doesn't really bother me, but I do want it to be just a little bit less harsh. And this isn't blending out the easiest, that's for sure. Yeah, so this black is extremely hard to blend out. I'm just putting that out there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into that first shadow that I used in the first look, the one that I used as my transition shade. I know I'm not going to be using the shade in any of these looks, I'm sorry, but it's kind of a basic shade. So I'm going to dip into this one, and I'm going to try to use a bit of this to help blend out the black and hopefully just get a bit of a better gradient here. So I guess the moral of the story with this black is that if you want to blend the black out, you would probably go in with the transition shade first, because it would be a lot easier, because I am having a bit of a hard time here. It's okay though, I feel like the look is going to come together in the end. I'm not really too worried about it, but just a bit of a heads up, if you wanted to do something similar to this, you might want to do it in the opposite order. So we're just going to call this good. I'm just wiping off all of the powder now, and then I'm going to go in with probably that blue shade all over my lid, and then we'll just kind of see how this is looking. I can always go in and fix stuff after. So I wonder, should I use some glitter glue with this? Maybe I should use some glitter glue with this. I don't usually do this, but I really do want the shadow to be very intense, so I'm going to take some of my Too Faced glitter glue. And having already tried this in my first look, I know that this is really going to help the shadow, so I'm basically just going to be packing this all over both of my eyes here. And then I'm picking this up on a bit of a fluffier brush this time, because I want this to be able to be diffused, and wow, that is everything. Oh my god, like that worked so much better. So I guess moral of the story, layer this on top of the black with the glitter glue. Wow, now this is so beautiful. So basically, like I said, I'm just going to be packing this all over. I'm also going to be putting a little bit of this into my crease as well. And basically everywhere I have that black. Oh, that is so pretty. So I actually think this looks fine now, and even though it's not like perfectly blended, it's totally fine. And for my inner corner, I'm going to go in with this pink shadow again right here. Not going to spray it this time because I want it to be not diffuse, but I don't want it to be like super foiled, even though I guess it's still going to be super foiled because the shadow is so beautiful. And just to clean up a little bit, just right under here, I'm going to take a nude eyeshadow and just try to sort of erase a little bit of this, just to make it look a little bit cleaner. So I don't really mind that this didn't turn out to be super blended. I kind of like it, to be honest. So I guess what I'll do next is I'm going to go and finish up the rest of my eyes, and then we can conclude with my looks on this palette. I do want to put something in my waterline though, but I think I want this to be quite an intense look, so I'm just going to go with a black. So I'm just going to put some black in my waterline, then I'm going to do some liner mascara, and I will be right back. Alright, so here is the completed look. I actually used my, where did I put that? My Moxielash magnetic liner, and then I got some of the Ardell accent lashes at the store because a lot of you guys recommended those when I asked for like half lashes, and I just gotta tell you that these work perfectly. I actually tried them on yesterday just to make sure that they did work, but I mean, these are amazing and they are so easy to put on, and I don't know how well you can really even see that I'm wearing this with this look, but I just thought I would try them and let you know and keep you updated on this because I think this is just so cool, and it's a nice way for me to be able to wear lashes if I want to. Don't worry, I'm not going to start wearing fake lashes in every single video that I do because I know a lot of you really appreciate the fact that I don't wear lashes, and I don't want to be one of those people who says like, please don't feel like you ever need to wear lashes to complete a look, because I don't feel like you ever need lashes, but it's just kind of fun and I enjoy playing around with this. So that's really the end of that. So to sum up my thoughts on this palette, I think this palette is absolutely amazing. I am so happy I picked it up. I think it is beautiful. Hopefully it's going to wear well, but I mean, the looks that I did were so easy. Everything basically blended themselves except for the black, which was a bit of a struggle, but it still came together in the end, and I feel like most people aren't going to be using the black the way that I did anyway, so I'm gonna have to play around with this a little bit more to, you know, see how the black actually blends, but I feel like when you blend it into something that is already a shadow, it's going to be a lot easier than to try to put it on top of a sticky base and then try to blend it out. So that's going to be my thoughts and review on this palette. I think it's amazing. I can't wait to play with the other ones. Let me know which one you want to see me do this with next. So I have the bronze, Cyber Bronze and the Sci-Fi Green. So let me know which one you want to see me play with next and I will happily do so. So yeah, that is going to sum up my first impression and review on the Astro Pink palette by Kaleidos. So yeah, let me know what you think. I think that they are wonderful and I'm obsessed. So, oh, if you wanted to know what's on my lips, by the way, I totally forgot to mention that. So I went for like a very, very nude lip because I wanted it to be kind of like futuristic, you know what I mean? So I'm Nude by Jeffree Star, and on top of that I put my Fenty Gloss Bomb in Diamond Milk. So this is what is on my lips right now. So yeah, that is going to sum up this video. I had so much fun playing with these, and if you guys have been thinking about getting these palettes, I think so far that this is absolutely worth it. I am so happy I pulled the trigger and bought them. So yeah, thank you so much for watching as always. If you are new to my channel, I would love it if you would consider subscribing, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.